every month there's a different theme, and sometimes I get it right on the Sunday morning. Sometimes the theme comes into my awareness earlier. Sometimes it's, you know, in the beginning of the month, and it just depends on when that is. And what really struck me this month was we always talk a lot about in here about changing the mind. That really everything is from here, isn't it? That we can create a wonderful life or a life of struggle by what we think. And that's truly what our center is about, is to be able to know and remember that we can change things, that we have the power to change things and to change what we're focusing on and change what we're thinking. Yeah? True? Sometimes it's harder than other times, but it's always available. So what I wanted to talk about today was this idea of writing a new story. And what I mean by that, like I could talk about this and write about this for a long time. But what I wanted to talk about, especially today, was that we all get stuck in our stories. Might be from all the way from childhood. Might be something that happened a few years ago. You know, the story of, you know, I can't have a good relationship. You know, whatever it might be. My story is I'm stuck in not believing that I'm good enough. I'm stuck in not having the kind of work I want to. I'm stuck in feeling like life's too hard. You know, you just fill in whatever it might be. Yeah, I'll just see what I wrote down here. I wrote a whole bunch of different options here. You know, we're lonely, don't have enough money. So many things. We get caught in telling that story over and over again, sharing it with people. And we get a bunch of people that feel the same, and they share too, and they go, oh yes, I don't have enough money either, and I don't have enough time either, and where's my partner? I keep asking for my partner, and they're not showing up. You know, so you get like, you all start putting all this energy into the story, and it just keeps recreating itself. Has anyone ever experienced that? I mean, I have. So it's an interesting one to laugh at too. You know, I mean, we have to be able to laugh at it because really it's just what we make up in our heads. But to be able to look at, okay, am I ready to write a new story today? For this moment, am I ready to create a new story? And I was thinking about this and thinking about myself and my stories and people I've worked with in my practice, and you know, and it's interesting. I wanted to share one in particular. I had a little girl come to see me in my healing practice. So I've had, my main work has been in the healing field for 25 years. So I had seen the mother of this little girl, and she wanted me to see her daughter. So her daughter came, and we're working together, and I usually get people to lie on my table, and I get a sense of where things are blocking and what's happening. And she's, I think, 10 or 11. And she said to me, you know, I don't like Fridays, Laurie. I don't like Fridays. What happens on Fridays? Her mother said, it's terrible having her in the house on Fridays. Because she's like insane. She gets up Friday morning and she doesn't want to go to school, and it's the day of sports for her. And she hates it. She hates it. She said, Laurie, I hate it. It's terrible. I don't like to get up. I have a bad night Thursday night because I know Friday's happening, and this happens every week. Right? And I'm listening to this and I'm going, okay. And I'm going, give me some divine inspiration, divine inspiration. So what I said to her was, okay, so what if you could, I said, do you like to act and make up things? She goes, yeah. I said, okay, so what if you could make up a new story right now? She looked at me, huh? I said, what if you could make up a new story? What if you could wake up Friday morning and go, wow, I'm going to go to school today, and I'm going to have so much fun in sports. She was like, really? I said, well, tell me one thing good about Fridays. Just one thing good about gym day, sports day. She goes, well, my friends are there. I go, how great. So you get up and you go, wow, I'm going to see my friends today, and I'm going to be open to something great happening. She started to perk up. She was like, oh, okay. I said, said, do you think you could kind of play around with that new story, like seeing it differently? You know, if you see it different, you're going to create it different. It's going to show up differently because that's how it works. That's this law of the universe, right? That's how it works. So I have to tell you, I didn't know how much I reached her. Honestly, I never know. You know, I never know until people call me or they don't tell me, and sometimes I find out years later. Anyway, her mother SMS'd me. I said, how is she doing? She said, she was so excited Thursday night. She like got her clothes out. I've never seen her. She made her lunch. She was like a new person. Right? She was so excited on Friday, and she came home from school and she said, I did what Laurie said and I had so much fun. I thought, yes! So I wanted to share that because she changed her story. She could have easily had the same story. She could have easily had dread about Friday, gone there and had the worst day and come home and then. Instead, she decided to see it differently. She decided to say, I'm going to have fun today. I'm going to make today so great. And it was. And isn't that a great reminder? You know, like really, isn't that a great reminder for all of us? If we're, you know, if we find that we're stuck somewhere, to be able to go, okay, I'm stuck here, but I'm willing to change the story. I'm willing to get excited about something new being created. Because it's creation. It changes all the time. Things are constantly changing. We sometimes don't want it to change. True, but the universe is, things are always changing. Energy's always changing. Isn't that true?
Yeah.
So isn't that a great story? Yeah. I was thinking about, you know, what stories could I share, and that one really popped in. And I was watching Oprah on Friday night with her wonderful